so pretty. Nope, just kidding, just kidding. So I finally saw Terminator Salvation today, and because it just got released in Romania, I actually had to wait a while for this one. And I had minimal expectations for this one because I am a huge Terminator fan, and Terminator 3 was a big disappointment for me. I think it was a horrible movie that was kind of saved by a decent ending. So I fully expected to hate Terminator Salvation, but in fact, I actually kind of liked it. Well, maybe like is a strong word, but I definitely think it was okay for what it tried to do. I do feel a hint of regret though, because I have the feeling that it could have been an awesome science fiction epic. The biggest problem with the Terminator Salvation is that, like the three Terminator movies before it, it focuses most of its attention on John Connor, when in fact I think in this particular movie Marcus Wright was the more interesting character. What we got was a movie where the attention had to be split between John Connor and Marcus Wright, but John Connor in fact is a character who throughout most of the movie is pretty much a jerk, and he's not so much a leader as he's kind of a bossy prick that yells and scowls at people a lot, and I never really bought him as a capable leader. So whenever attention was drawn to him, and a lot of it, he gets a lot of attention, especially in the second part of the movie, I really felt that the movie suffered from it, and I would have liked to see a bigger focus put on the relationship between Marcus and Kyle Reese, because I think that was one of the most interesting aspects of the movie in terms of characters and character development. Even if the story felt kind of disjointed because of the fact that it did switch a lot between John Connor, Marcus Wright, and Kyle Reese, I think that most of the action scenes were very well executed and very entertaining. I liked the overall feeling of it being a war movie, because you have humans who employ different kinds of tactics, and you have machines that come in various units for each type of environment, and I think that was very clever. Definitely felt like a future war movie. You know, Skynet shouldn't have furniture and stuff in its command center. It's a minor pet peeve, but for some people it matters a lot. For me, I think that the most important thing in a movie is the story and the character development, and that's where what I usually talk about in my reviews. Not that I don't notice kind of stupid things like that, like furniture within Skynet's command center, but it doesn't affect me as much. The acting, I think, was okay for the most part. I think John Connor being less in the movie would have helped the movie a lot, and honestly would have made Christian Bale's performance all the more meaningful. Sam Worthington is so hot, but other than that, he's an okay actor. I did notice his accent slipping a couple of times. Anton Yelchin is a cute kid. He's likable enough. I liked Kyle Reese enough. Would have liked to see more of him, actually. And Michael Ironside is back on the sub, everybody, because those of you who grew up in the 90s and watched Sequest know that Michael Ironside was captain of the Sequest in its final season or seasons. Really can't remember anymore. So all in all, I think that Terminator Salvation is an okay summer movie. It did have the potential to be a truly great science fiction war epic, but unfortunately that potential was wasted on a story that I think focuses too much on John Connor and too little on some very interesting aspects that would have added a bit more emotional weight to this rather shallow product that is Terminator Salvation.